Hello there. This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you on Tuesday at 2:07. So I'm so sorry. Somebody's watch might still say 2 o'clock. Mine is 2:07, and I apologize. We were having a little impromptu birthday party for Peter. So, hello, Vera. So I received the Butterfly Brilliance suite. And I wasn't, I really waffled in between, and I kind of snuck that in, and I got it, and I was like, this is so beautiful. So, hello, Patty. So even though I had other butterflies, this is different. It's just different than a lot of the other ones. And the paper is gorgeous and beautiful. So I have some cards to show you. I'm going to show you how to cut it out. Thank you, Rhiannon. Yeah, he had fun. The girls made him tuna salad, which he loves, tuna salad, because I don't make it, but they do. And he had a special cake and sang happy birthday. It was fun here. So anyhow, we're going to play with the butterfly bouquet. I'm going to show you the cutting out, the stamping using the Stamparatus, and then some of the paper and some of the samples. And I have two quick little cards to make with you today. So we have a lot. We have a lot going on. A lot of fun. So I think you're going to enjoy it. So I am going to turn the camera around. I'll show you the paperwork on it, and then we'll kind of get started right away. So I'm sure, some people have seen it. So as a demonstrator, you could order it early, which I didn't. I waited. And then as a customer, you can order it now. Excuse me. It is an early release for our new catalog. So this is something that will be in the new catalog that they released early, so we could play with it ahead of time. So yay for all of us stampers. Let me turn this around. Here we go. We're going for a little ride. I went a little faster, didn't I? Is that okay? Sorry about that. I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay. So here's the paperwork on it. Butterfly bouquet. So what's different is that, so it's a butterfly stamp, but it's one great big huge stamp. So when you go to cut it out, they have dies for it. And there's one great big huge die. But they have beautiful paper, and they have this really interesting natural birch paper that has a texture to it. So let me bring out the real thing, as that shows better than the, so here are the dies. So it has this one, this says Christmas cardinal, ignore that please. So it has this, all of these dies, these cut out like the black detailing, and then it has the big one. And then it has some really interesting little texture dies. So I'm gonna put that on here. So one of them cuts out like brick, one of them just cuts out like hash, all these hash marks, and then the little spots. So I have not even played with those yet, but lots of fun here. There's a lot to play with, a lot to use in this suite. So I'm going to move this over here for right now. And then I want to show you, so this is one of two. This set does not have words. So it has no words with it. So it's one so pull out your, like whatever word set that you like. One of our favorite ones is the many messages, where again, I stamp with the Stamparatus and I get all of those things. That's what I did with these. I did it in different colors for the cards that I was making, and then I just hold them in a bag. And so I have all these words that I can pick and choose from in making my cards. So the butterfly too, with it being such a large stamp, the Stamparatus works great. So I'm gonna, let's see if that's, let me see if I have you all in my, yep, there we go. Okay, so I am going to open this up. And when I open my Stamparatus, I'll have like a ink pad or something on there so that it's, we should turn it this way, I guess. I'll have an ink pad underneath it so that it holds it level, okay? And then this I used a big piece of paper here. So like this, because this is a very large stamp. And I think this one on the corner. What I'll do is just make sure that I have my magnets here so they're not hitting my, in fact, I'm going to do this. So when I have the magnets for the Stamparatus, I put packing tape on them so it's easier to pick up and move around. But sometimes, like now, when you have one that's a little bit bigger, it kind of gets in the way. So I'm going to put it like that and just kind of wrap that around, because then it'll hold my paper nicely. You can see that. Okay. So, and I'm going to put a different, there we go, because I'm going to use my Memento. So I'm going to use blends to color these. So I'm going to use my Memento ink, and I have a pad underneath here to make it even. And so with the Stamparatus and such a big image, if you don't get everything, you can go back and re-ink and go back and push it down and just kind of keep filling it in until you see that you have everything covered, everything stamped nicely. So there we go. And then I'm just going to push it down. And especially along here, there's a lot of bend, right? Because here's where the hinge is. So especially along the hinge, I give it a little extra press. And I'm going to pull it up, make sure I have everything. And see, I don't on this corner. You can see that I didn't press down enough on there. So all I do is go back, give it an extra little press, voila. And there you go. Now I have them all done. This one I'm going to press down just a little bit in the middle and see if that, there. Ta-da. Okay. So now I'm going to move this off of here. I have all my, you never want those two, you never want those two to meet. The magnets. Make sure that your magnets stay separated. But you can see how easy I can pick up the magnet using that packing tape. So I always like to clean my stamp before I close it all up now. So I'm just going to take a wipe and kind of wipe. Now you could do these with different colors, especially if you're using spots. Makes it easier. Otherwise you could kind of, mask them is what I was going to try to say. Some people were saying to buy one and cut it apart so you have all the separate butterflies. But this works kind of nice. Then you have the whole thing all set and ready to go. There we go. I'm going to move that to the side. I'm going to close this up. And now we can get that cut out. I'll show you how nice it cuts out. Let's move this to the side. Bring in my stamp cut and emboss machine here. Ta-da. Hello, Shirley. Thank you. Hello, Barb. Welcome, welcome. So here's my, I'm going to move this over just a smidgen here. There we go. All right. So what I did is I took some of my washi tape, my old washi tape, and I'm just going to break off two little pieces and have it here that I can use. Just like we did with the many messages, I like to kind of tape it down on the top and bottom. So here's my die, and goes over this whole thing. Now, normally, and I wasn't going to color any today, but normally when I cut these out, I would color them first. I just think it's easier to color when you have a bigger area to hold on to. So I'm just kind of watching, matching up, and then I'll put my tape here. There we go. And I'm going to put one tape down here. Ta-da. Okay. And then just run it through. So I have 1, 2, and 3, two of the acrylics. And run it through. And there we go. I have my butterflies all cut out and ready to go. So I'm going to move that over, because what else I want to show you is how cool these other ones cut out. So I'm going to move that back. Hello, Lynn. And I'm going to grab a piece of black cardstock right here from my little tray. There we go. This will be good. And it has all of these delicate cutouts. So what I did is Yeah, there's one for every butterfly that's on that major cutout, the major die. So I just cut them all out again. Here we go. With all these little details. And you could do a card just in black and white, right? You don't have to have it colored in. Although I went and looked up butterflies. That's what I do when we get like real pictures. I looked up pictures of butterflies. Pretty much you can color them any color you want because there are colors that you wouldn't believe. It's like crazy. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put my machine out of the way here and pull this up. So all my little delicate outlines are cut out on here. Ta-da. Come on. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for getting out of the way while I move the whole thing over. Sorry about that. I try not to do that. Okay. So easy way to get all those little pieces out is I take my foam piece here. I take my brush on my pickup tool and you just brush it. And it gives the butterfly a nice little curve. See that? And it'll knock out all those little pieces. So I did that for all my butterflies. Let me try a big one here, show you how nice it comes out. So you just kind of go along the edge and you can poke some out, but for the most part they all come out here. You can go both ways. It's pretty sturdy. And I think that it would be, I think you could do just black and white. So that's all you do to get them all popped out of there. So let me get this out of the way here and I'll show you some pieces done with it. Here we go. Just going to move that off to the side. Get my little pieces out of there. There. Okay. So that's what I did. Let's see here. So the first thing that I did was I took this piece that I showed you on Friday and I used my die, my big die. Where did I put it now? The big one that we just cut out right here. Cut out all the butterflies with. This one. Here. Get my tape off of here. There we go. Get my butterfly out. So this die fits right over the paper. So without doing anything, you have 6 butterflies cut out, just like that, all colored, all ready to go. So I cut these butterflies out, and then I picked 3 different papers to go with, because I paired up the butterflies together. And I have 3 different papers to go with, and these are the cards that I made with them. So first one is this card here, and I used these 2 butterflies, right? This is some of the pretty paper. I just wanted it to kind of matchy-matchy, right? So I had this paper from there. I got to use, love doing that, using my sequins that have no holes in them. And then I used my mini messages, so I had the words there. And I even used the little heart that's in the mini messages. So, and this is the back side of the paper that I used. So the back side of this paper is this nice little print. So I used Just Jade and Bermuda Bay on here. So that was the first card I made with these 2 butterflies. Then I did this, whoopsie, I got glue sticking to me. I did this one. So here's my 2 yellow butterflies. So I used the Calypso Coral and So Saffron. And again, I used my words from my many messages. So like this one here comes like this. So it comes in one long piece. And so all I did was trim it up and cut it so that I could fit it inside there. So I did that. In fact, so here are the words that I cut out to use with, I think this one is, that I cut out to use with that set, with those colors, because I know all of them are going to use these basic colors. So that was card number 2. And then here is card number 3, where I used the pink and the kind of calypso coral butterfly. So I took this butterfly paper, which I thought was so pretty. On this corner, I turned it around. So I used the back side. I love pink and green together. And then again, I used the many messages and my sequence without the hole in. Love that. Used the extra piece down here and made a little birthday card. So really the stamping was with the big words for many messages. I got all those messages all cut out at the same time. Here's my grouping. I just keep them separated, and now I can use them with this set. I'll just keep them with this set because they all match. So there you go. But then I did some butterflies where I colored it myself. So here are some that I colored. So I cut them out. I stamped them and then I colored them before I cut them out. I like to do that before. Here's a card I did with it. So this is one of the beautiful backgrounds, and I thought, it's your day, enjoy it. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Using up Pretty Peacock. Do you know that's one of those colors that are going to be leaving, and I love it with the Bermuda Bay. No, it's with the Coastal Cabana. Coastal Cabana. That's what this is. But I thought it looked nice, and those were the colors I used in there. So these are some of the butterflies that I colored. And then here is what it looks like. I used the scrap paper, what was left, and this is what the delicate black outlines look like. So I just glued that over the pieces of designer paper that were left from my cutouts and from when I cut out the front of the card. So like this, let's see here. This one here is a piece that was left like this. So you can see here's the background. This is the other side of it. And so I just cut it out so you still get all those kind of different colors in there. And you get that beautiful, delicate look to it. So, and gluing them on, I wasn't sure if I wanted to attach the whole thing. I turned it around and I put adhesive, my green glue, just on the body of it and held it down. Then I pulled this layer back and I just tapped it, just kind of here and there where there was a little more line, and put glue in there. And that's all you need. I didn't worry about the antenna, gluing all that other stuff down, but you can see how it looks a lot different when you put that black outline on it, or you get to color it with however you want to color it. So beautiful butterflies, lots of fun, interesting, the different collection of sizes too, so that makes it fun. So then I decided I needed to do some more with the paper. I'll move these aside. So I took one of the papers that I thought was particularly pretty. Let's get this, I'll show you a whole piece here. I loved this paper here. And to use it the most efficient way, I decided I would cut it up in 3s. So that's what I did. So I have it all chopped up here. So I cut it all up in 3s, and I used this one on a card that I'm going to stamp with you right now. So that I had no waste, nothing. And each of them looks so different because of the modeling of the background. I think it looks really neat. So you can pull out different colors that you're going to use on your card. So all 4 of them can be entirely different from using one piece of designer paper and a butterfly. So let me pull this over here. Here's the one I decided that I was going to stamp with you. So this is another one that I colored. So here we go. I used Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo and colored that in. And I thought that it stood out well with the Just Jade background, a little bit darker, and then all these pretty, this one too is kind of it goes from light to dark, and I thought that made an interesting background with Flirty Flamingo. Pink and green, love that. So let's put some things together here, get these pieces out of my way. Look at the background. This is one of those where it's going to be like, oh my goodness, I don't even know what side to use because they're all so pretty. So on the next card, I'm using a piece of this left over from what I cut out here. So here we go. I'm just going to layer that up with some Just Jade. Just Jade is the layering behind here to pop out those colors. Here we go. Use this. This is the other background, so pretty. There's a lot to be done here. I just haven't done it all yet. I just thought it was so neat. So here's my background. I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals using all my little pieces here I cut out. There we go. I use every bit of them, and I love the corners. I love cutting the corners so I can use them on the corners. So let's do that. Here we go. Let's do this. And this one over here. We'll just put one more over here. Okay. Get those off. So I cut like a 3-inch, well, the paper is 6 by 6, right? So I cut a 3-inch square on it. And I can then use it all in here. So 3 by 3, then the layer is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I did 1/4 inch. If you wanted smaller, you could do the 1/8. And I just want to kind of center it in here, like that. There we go. Okay, my butterfly is going to go right in the center. So what I did was just add a little bit of adhesive here, and I'm just going to put it down like that, and then I'm just going to bend up both sides after I'm holding it down, so you get a little bit of 3D effect. The words, so like I said, this set does not come with any words, so pull out a word set that you love. We have a lot of them that are really nice. On the first card I showed you, I used this one too. I'm using the Happiest of Birthdays. So love this. I love the font. I love all that. And then I have a thank you set that I'm going to use. So here's my birthday square here. So I'm using, what did I pull out here? I pulled out the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm just going to stamp this like that, and then I'm going to fussy cut it out. I'm going to put that over there. So I have a mess here today because I was working with so many different colors. So I'm just going to cut this out right along the lines because I'm going to layer it up again, fussy cutting it. There we go. One more here. There. Okay. So here's some scrap Just Jade. So I'm going to glue this down. Ta-da, ta-da. Leaving a little bit of a border. I'm going to put it close in the corner so I don't have to cut those two edges. Like that. I had my nails done yesterday. New color. So excited. They're starting to look kind of crazy. There we go. There. Okay. I'm going to pop that up also. I can find some dimensionals here. I'm just going to put 2 on here. There. Okay. Here we go. Ta-da. Put this up in the center. Put it on the front of the card. Almost done. Pretty fast. Here we go. Okay. There. Putting it on the Flirty Flamingo just makes those colors pop. You could have gone with, you know, a darker color or even the blue, Misty Moonlight, and that would have made that color pop. I wanted to have a birthday card happy. So here's my scrap piece that was cut out from back here, down here. So I'm going to put that on the bottom, on the inside here. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp my verse. Just going to make sure that I have it centered on here and kind of know where I'm going with it. So put that down like that. That's where that's going to go. Okay. And I love this. It's your day. Enjoy it. I just think it's kind of fun. It's your day. Enjoy it. There we go. Ta-da. You know, with the paper is so kind of muted, you can pull out all different colors. So they give you the list, of course, on the back of what colors they suggest and that it's designed to kind of go with. However, please don't think that that's the end of the list. It's just a suggestion. You can pull out all different colors and play with it. Because depending on what color you're matching it with or pairing it with, that color will be prevalent. It will just pull that color out. And it gives you a nice variety then of whatever you have. Like I'm using up now, we have all those beautiful colors that are going to be going away. So y'all remember that if you need reinkers. Oh, and if you need reinkers or you need to get the in colors that are leaving us, which is so sad, Purple Posy, Seaside Spray, right? Those are the ones. Purple Posy, Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, Pretty Peacock. Sad to say that they will be leaving us. Tomorrow, with a $50 order, Stampin' Up, we have free shipping. Woohoo! Free shipping tomorrow only. So you can go to stampingjourney.com and shop on your own. You can let me know what you need, and I'd be happy to get it ordered for you. But remember that. So if you need reinkers for the colors that are leaving, or if you want to get more of the cardstock, do it now before it's gone. So there we go. Cute, fast card. Next one, I'm going to pull up here. I have one more to stamp with you today. This one I'm going to use Calypso Coral. So I told you here was a piece. Here's another one that I colored with So Saffron and then the Calypso Coral, light and dark. So I added a little on the body. I used the dark smoky slate. So here I showed you the back side of this one. So I'm using Calypso Coral and Daffodil Delight. Here's the one that we used on the front of the last card. So I had this piece cut off. Now, really you could, I'm going to put it here. You really could cut and have this only in strips so you'd save that whole center. But just for time, I didn't do that today. But if I was cutting a whole bunch of them, I would, because look at how much you would save on your cardstock, because you only really need those strips there. So, ta-da. And I'm going to stamp directly on, my butterfly is going to go here. And I'm going to stamp directly on my designer paper, which you know I should have done before I did this, but if it doesn't turn out, I just put it on a layer and put it over. So I'm using Calypso Coral to match my butterfly. And I'm going to stamp it right here. So this isn't just a thank you card. There we go. And on the inside, it's going to say, here we go, waiting for it. There you go. That's that. Here's this. Inside it's going to say, it's a hug with a fold in the middle. So fun. This is a nice, this stamp set called Massive Thanks. Has a whole bunch of cute verses in it and great fonts. I love the different fonts. So hopefully I have this straight. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put that together. And then we'll show you all of them at once. There we go. This one we folded a little bit different. I'm going to put this on here. All those muted colors on the back here. That's one of them I used for this big butterfly with the black. It was out of that paper. So you can use one of those things where you can use all the scraps up. So much fun. There. And I'm just going to put this directly on my card. I will pop up my butterfly, but I'm going to put this all flat so I don't have too much height in it. This cardstock I cut 11 by 4 1/4. There we go. But see how you, so I put it on the yellow, and this just pops up. I mean, it just like brightens all the yellow that's on there. That's what pops up for you. So I'm going to take it and hold it, just bend it like that, and then put my strip of dimensional right down the center of my little guy. Here, I'm going to use this one over here. There. Pop that guy up. I have it too long? Maybe so. Yeah, I got to cut off a little bit of it. We don't want anything extra hanging out. There we go. Okay. We'll put that on here. I like it on an angle. Ta-da. There, and then this one can go inside. Find my glue again. So if you have not purchased your Butterfly Brilliance set, you can get it with me tomorrow and save yourself some shipping. I would be happy to get this ordered for you. It is a fun set. Even if you have butterflies, it's a little bit different. You can pair it up with your favorite verse set, and you've got it made. If you like to color, you can color the butterflies. You can use the back of the designer paper because it's so great. You can cut it out from the designer paper. I mean, there's just a lot of options for you to do with this set. Love it. Okay, there we go. Ta-da. Let's get them all. So here's the 2 I made today with you. Here's some of them. I'm just going to keep piling them on here because look at all the different colors. Really fun. Different colors here. I used So Saffron. I used, boink, that one's going to, the Just Jade, Calypso Coral, Blushing Bride is this one. Ta-da. I guess the Just Jade is one of my favorite colors. Can you tell? I did a lot with that. But so pretty. The Calypso Coral and the Daffodil Delight go very well together. So here's all the scraps. One piece, and I did all these different ones, plus I did some of the butterflies, cutting them out with that. So that's it. Ta-da, ta-da. I'm going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Hello, Jean. Let's see here. Back again, back again. There we go. So, hello, Lenore. I know the butterflies they do get you in a spring mood. The butterflies are just beautiful. They're kind of sort of lifelike. I mean, they're not just whimsical butterflies. And so for coloring and going in, it would be a great project for kids, you know, to pull up pictures of different butterflies and color them and talk about or learn about those butterflies. You can find them that are similar shapes. So I think it would be a fun project. And just to sit down and play. You can match the paper up. You can do your own thing. They can go with anything. Match it up with one of your best word sets, and you are good to go. So remember, tomorrow is free shipping. Go to stampingjourney.com or contact me. You can contact me through my website, and I would be happy to put in an order for you, help you in any way I can. Y'all have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for Winging It on Wednesday. And what are we opening tomorrow? I think tomorrow I'm going to open, what one? Maybe perhaps the ice cream kit. Is that what I have left? I think so. The monkey cut ice cream kit. I don't know. I have to find out from my bosses. Hi, Judy. Thank you. I'm glad that you like the cards. Lots of fun. It's a fun set. So that's it. Y'all have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Winging It on Wednesday. Don't know what'll happen tomorrow. So join me for could be really good or it could be Like, what was she doing? We don't know. All right, thank you. Thanks, Patty. I'm glad you liked it. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.